Welcome to Lexus of Madison. My name is Sam Lancaster, Lexus Vehicle Delivery Specialist. I'm sitting behind a 2013 ES350. The 350 is an amazing executive sedan. When we look at the overall dash, that runs all the way to the passenger window and all the way back. It has a lot of horizontal lines. The shape that mimics the front end of the vehicle. The spindle grille. Easy to read instrumentation on the clock, as well as the radio, media, hazard button, track up and down feature, the tune and scroll button on the radio, climate control for the driver's side, when I press the red, it controls both sides of the vehicle to a warmer degree, blue to a colder degree. When I press the passenger side, it only changes the passenger side. If I want to get it back to 68 degrees on this side of the car, I press dual, and then I can go back and have the main control of the vehicle by pressing the driver's side up and down buttons. Auto button is going to be like a climate control in your house. Off will shut the whole entire AC and heating off. Low fan, high fan, mode select. So if we're going to direct the air to our feet, our face and feet, and back to feet, it's right up in this area. That's our mode button, front defrost, rear defrost, and back to our dual button. We have our auto recirculative mode and auto fresh air mode. When the vehicle decides to switch between the two, it'll do it automatically, keeping the comforts of the inside of the vehicle 100% perfect. As we go down, we have heated and air-conditioned seats for the driver, heated steering wheel, rear privacy shade, as well as heated and cool seats for the passenger. The nice thing about Lexus, they ventilated their seats to allow the air and heat to go up in a more cooling and heating feature that makes it a lot nicer to sit in for those long distances or short commutes, one of the two. Cup holder. Our drive select modes. The nice thing about the Lexus ES350 is one of the coolest features is you get kind of three cars in one. Eco is going to give you the very best gas mileage. And Eco mode is now shown on the dash underneath the park symbol. Eco is also going to reduce the amount of heating and air conditioning that comes out of the vehicle. And the shifting performance is going to be very conservative. By pushing normal, you lose the indicator underneath the park. Now you're going to have more consistent shifting patterns, heating and air conditioning. When I turn the button all the way to the passenger side, it's going to read sport, and there it is underneath the P, or the park indicator. This is going to give you faster shiftings or shift points and a lot more fun and creative driving. It's going to make this vehicle, although it feels like an executive sedan, it's going to feel like a sport executive sedan. Hence the word sport. We have the traction control indicator here. Traction control, by far, is super important to have. When we have ice underneath the front of our tires, a lot of times what happens is we don't go anywhere. So we have to turn this button off. So it says track off. Then we're able to rock the vehicle back and forth by going reverse to drive, reverse to drive, and turning ourselves into dry pavement. So many times I've seen people wear a lot of the tire off because they're just spinning. They don't realize they have to turn that feature off. By turning that feature off, rocking the vehicle back and forth until you get one of the tires on dry pavement, then selecting this track button again to be turned on, it's going to shift the power from the engine to that one tire and crawl you out of that icy situation. So it's very important to know what this button is. When we look at our shift mechanisms in our car, you have park, reverse, neutral, drive, and shift, sport shift. The sport shift is going to allow you to go from gear 1, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it's going to give you that sport automatic feel. While you're curving or carving around corners, you're able to downshift it and upshift it to depending upon your liking or the style of the driving you desire. Moving on, we have this turning dial that controls your audio system. There's the screen. So when I turn it, you can see either way, counterclockwise or clockwise. Bluetooth, AM, FM, and satellite. Satellite, Lexus gives you a 3-month complimentary gift of satellite, up to 140 channels, give or take some that might be paid subscription, like Howard Stern and a few other paid programmings that will not come in, but from the majority you will get those other programmings. FM, HD radio. HD radio now comes on this particular package. And there it is right here, HD. HD is going to sound a lot like satellite radio. It's going to sound very clear. However, if I were to take, for example, Z104, high definition channel number 2, and I were to drive about 45 or 50 miles away from Madison, the station might start losing some of the reception. That's where XM pays off to have that satellite quality sound, because then you can take the radio station, say like Jimmy Buffett Radio, channel 24, and you can go from Madison to LA listening to all the different sorts of Jimmy Buffett music. So that's pretty neat as well. When I want to program a station, I'm going to use the tune and scroll button to find the station that I like. We're in FM mode, which is right up here in the upper left-hand corner. I'm going to find the station that I like to program, Z104, and then I'm going to come over here to the top where those vertical stations are. You can kind of see where that rectangle is moving up and down, and I'm doing that by rotating this dial. When I find out where I'd like to place it, I just hold this dial straight down, so this dial here, straight down for about 3 seconds. Now you have Z104 that's placed at the top. And then you just repeat that same, finding the station that you like, rotating to the top or wherever you wish to place that channel, and then holding straight down on this circular knob until it's able to be set. Other commands or other things that you can do with this circular dial. Menu. We learned that we could control the climate by this black, beautiful shape down here with about 15, well, let's hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 buttons in the black. And if you count the features for the recirculative and the fresh air, 15 buttons or 15 different things that you can choose. You can also go up here to the word climate, and by pressing straight down on this knob, you'll see a whole new screen. You have AC mode that you can turn on or off by hitting the top of the knob. Dual mode. Here is your smog filter. You can activate that to take out the undesirable smells. And also your front de-icing grid. So if there's any ice underneath the wipers, you click on that feature and it'll melt off the ice underneath the wiper blades. While moving to the next area menu, hook up your phone, car. It's going to tell you approximately different gas mileages and the cruising range and the elapsed time that we've been in the vehicle, average miles per hour. Setup. You can then go in and change out the beeps, the voice, the Bluetooth, the phone, the audio, and the vehicle. The vehicle is kind of interesting because you can go in and select vehicle customization. This is kind of like our Lexus personalized settings. You can choose door lock settings, and if you'd want to change any of these features, you can. And then when you're done, hit the word save at the bottom. So if I hit the word save down at the bottom, it just saved that feature. Instead of having just the driver's door open up, when I come close to the vehicle with the smart key, it'll open up all the doors. Climate settings, if you wish to have the power of the smog sensitivity being up or down. Auto AC mode is another feature that you can turn on or off. Light settings, you have an array of different settings that you can change. And other vehicle settings, which is driver's seat, easy exit full, or partial. Partial would only go back half the distance, and what it does is when I get out of the vehicle, the back seat person is going to have either, say if he's 6'4", you'd want to have it as partial, so you do not end up running the seat into the back of their legs, or into the back of his or her legs. If there's nobody sitting behind you, you can run it as a full position. The steering wheel will go in and the seat will go back, giving you an easier time to swing your leg from underneath the steering wheel to make yourself exit the vehicle. Same goes for entering the vehicle. So as you can see, Lexus has done an amazing job in this vehicle. You have this beautiful blue display that gives you multiple different changes. If I hit the word display itself, you can turn the screen off. By hitting menu down here, it turns the screen back on. If you want to sharpen up the contrast or brightness, you can do so by these up and down increments here. Last but not least, on this vehicle, you have this beautiful big backup camera with indicator lines. And there goes a car right now, so you can see what one looks like. Perfect timing. And back to your main display screen. This vehicle is equipped with HomeLink, which is going to be found on the mirror, little garage door openers that are found, as well as a direction or a compass, and the auto dimming mirror being in green. If you ever wanted to turn that off, you could by coming over here to the power button. We do have phone controls on the steering wheel, display showing you different multi-information between the tachometer and the speedometer. Cruising range about 218 miles. Our talk switch, if I would like to say call John or call Ben or call Sue or someone of that nature, or better yet, call first name of the person and last name, it works that way as well. Coming over here, you have yourself the radio controls. Mode is going to change from AM, FM, satellite, CD, AUX, Bluetooth. So quite a few selections that this button will do. It'll turn on your stereo as well as muting your stereo by holding this button down for 2 seconds. Track selection on both AM and FM, satellite, CD, Pandora, and any other kind of Bluetooth music selections, and your volume. Light stock, we're in automatic lights right now. Parking lights, manual lights, in case if it's super foggy out, or heavy rain where the automatic sensor does not kick the lights on, and driving lights off. This inner ring is going to be fog lamps. One of the nice features that they've done for the 2013 ES is by just tapping up on the stock here, gives you 3 little bursts of energy, or like 3 little turn signals. So if you're cruising down the interstate, it'll just be 3 little flashes. When you want to make a traditional turn, hold that lever all the way down, and then it's infinite number of blinking until you make that turn, the full turn of the steering wheel, to cancel it, like a traditional steering wheel. Last but not least, we do have rain sensing wipers on this vehicle. Right now we're in the off position. 1 click down is going to make the wipers turn on to the auto feature. Go down 1 more setting, it goes to the low setting, and 1 more click goes to the high setting. Then you have your time feature over here on the stock for the different speed relays. Of course, you have your start button, your cruise control. Cruise control on a Lexus is going to be very much like that on a Toyota, since they are the same brand. When we turn that on, you're going to have a little tachometer, little green symbol here. When you're cruising down the road at 65 or 70 miles an hour, hit the stock straight down where it says set, and then you can take your foot off the accelerator. If you need to cancel, you can pull the stock towards yourself and it'll cancel the speed, or you can hit the brake. To resume, it'll take you right back to where you once were, if in fact you need to allow your vehicle to get back up to that 65 or 70 miles an hour. Very nice system to use. They've kept it in the same location for at least the last 2 decades, making it easy to find if you were to upgrade to any other Toyota product. At the very far part of this vehicle, being it's a display audio vehicle, you have your mirrors, your parking assist. Parking assists are going to be sensors on the front of the bumper as well as the back of the bumper. When you come in and you try to park, it's going to notify you with lines. And I'll try to do that right now to this Mercedes in front of me. We're driving our car. The closer I get to this Mercedes, there should be a little car indicator that comes on our dash. We're up on the top. We have it up on the main navigation or the main display audio. And we also have it right up front. So there's 2 different locations. You have 4 wavelengths right now letting you know approximately how close you are. The closer I get, those wavelengths are going to go away. Now we're at 3 and the beeping becomes faster, letting you know you better hit the brake. And then we have the backup button. The backup camera. As we're backing up, I'm still making sure that I look around to make sure nobody's around me and no other cars that I can possibly run into. This is a dealership parking lot, so that could happen. And then I stop. I'm right in the middle between the lines, so if I get out, my car is going to look pretty darn good. This has been an overall look into the 2013 ES. Part of what I want to do is come out and show you some of the features that make this car so amazing. There's a lot of reviews out on the websites right now that talk about why the vehicle is such a great vehicle. In my world, and what I do for a living, is making sure that guests know how to run their vehicles. So this has been an information guide for you to use. If you have any other questions, please contact me or contact my phone number, I should say, in the notes, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. This has been Sam Lancaster with Lexus of Madison in Middleton, Wisconsin. I'll be more than happy to help you out and get into this wonderful, beautiful ES.